We're next going to deal with the middle section of Epinicion. This is the Aleatoric section. And the whole idea of this section is that the piece will gradually build in intensity, complexity, and density. Notice that it starts softly with 6 players, each playing a different pattern in different tempos, not coordinating with one another. And the conductor really only needs to give a downbeat and then allow the players to play freely until the next downbeat at measure 25. So here's measure 24. And then here's measure 25, and you notice that the dynamic level is slightly increased, and now there are 13 players, each playing a different pattern. And by the time we reach measure 29, which is the last of these aleatoric measures, the entire band, except for those playing the melody, are individually playing something different at a maximum dynamic level. Here's bar 29, the accompaniment. So this whole thing seems rather simple to execute, but there are several things that must be considered in this section. First, each measure begins with a little percussion punctuation, which signifies a new texture. So make sure that those punctuations are clearly heard above the fray. Secondly, there should be no break between the measures. So in other words, one pattern system goes right up to the next. And what the tendency of players is to do is when the conductor gives a prep beat for the next bar, they tend to all breathe at the same time or lay out a little bit. Just keep it going right up to the bar line there. Third, the players need to play just what they have indicated in their part. So in the beginning, the notation is rather specific, but gradually the player becomes less restricted, allowing for more randomness, almost like the chaos that one might experience in battle. And then finally, the backdrop needs to gradually increase in intensity so that the peak is not reached until measure 29. And there's a tendency to perhaps overplay the dynamics early on, but try to hold everybody back until the very end. So here are measures 24 through 29 without the melody. Here's 25. Now we simply insert the melody. In measures 24 and 25, we need only cue the solo chimes and the solo tuba once the aleatoric texture is established. In the remaining measures, we conduct the melody just as we did in measures 2 through 7. So here are measures 24 through 29 with the background texture and the melodic material together. little footnote about the chime solo at measure 24. It's rather uncommon for the chimes to have a full melody. And so typically what happens is the player of the chime part is trying to read back and forth between the part on the music stand and the chimes, and invariably will either miss a note or strike the frame or something of that sort, kind of like this. So there are two possible solutions to this. The first is for the player to simply memorize the part. In lieu of that, have the player put the music stand directly in front of the chimes and read from part to chimes kind of in the same neighborhood, sort of like this.